The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus went to the district of Tyre. He entered a house and wanted no one to know about it, but he could not escape notice. Soon a woman whose daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him. She came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to drive the demon out of her daughter. He said to her, "Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs." She replied and said to him, "Lord, even the dogs under the table eat the children's scraps." Then he said to her, "For saying this, you may go. The demon has gone out of your daughter." When the woman went home, she found the child lying in bed and the demon gone. The Gospel of the Lord. Today we honor the memory of St. Scholastica, twin sister to St. Benedict, a woman of great faith, a faith as strong as her brother Benedict, with whom she was close all her life, and even in death she lies next to him in the tomb in Monte Cassino. What characterized both Benedict and Scholastica was precisely that strong love and faith in the Lord, that strong desire to grow ever more faithful to the Lord in knowledge and in the Spirit. It is this that Solomon forgets in that first reading we hear, that he begins to wander off the faith of his father, though having been blessed so greatly by the Lord with wisdom and power and wealth, he still bowed to the gods of his many wives and allowed foreign gods to have temples built to them in Israel. It is easy to let ourselves wander off from the truth and to slowly let, out of human respect, out of carelessness, the demons and the false gods of this world to enter our lives. It is this that the woman in the gospel passage discovers. Though not being Jewish, she was able to recognize the presence of the Holy in Jesus. And she was aware of the demons that had possessed her daughter and knew that only he could liberate and heal her daughter. How many times that story is repeated in history. How many parents to this day despair over the demons that have possessed their children. The demons of drugs and alcohol, of sexual licentiousness, of worldliness, and of loss of faith in the God in whom they had been instructed all their lives. Hearing the stories and observing the tears of so many parents, I really connect with this particular passage and that woman's despair. But ultimately, it is her faith that saves her child. It is her faith that for God there is nothing impossible. that Jesus is able to free us from captivity to sin and to death. And even in the most hopeless cases, when it seems that there is absolutely no light at the end of the tunnel, Jesus is there to offer us that freedom and to let hope be born again in our hearts. Whether it is a child, a friend, a relative, whether it is someone whom we love and respect, but whom we see has lost the way, let us ask the Lord to increase in us our faith, to let that faith be powerful enough that through his work and through his intercession, those persons may be healed and liberated and freed from all that does not allow them to live in God's grace.